Sanjay Bhardwaj from Department of Computer Science and Applications, DAV College for Girls, Yamuna. The topic of discussion of this lecture is unformatted and formatted input-output operations. As we know that computer is an electronic device which is used for data processing. That means we give some values to computer. Computer perform operations on those values and give back results. The values which we give, that is known as input to the computer, and the results obtained from the computer are called outputs from the computer. Now output operation means the operations which are used to take values for the program and which are used to give results from the program. The values given to the program are under input operations and the results obtained from the program are output operation. Another important words are unformatted and formatted. Now, if the formats for input and output are pre-decided formats as per the compiler, then those are known as unformatted. And if user can set the formats of inputs and outputs, the operations are called formatted input output operations. So we will be discussing different input output operations which are under the two categories unformatted input output operations and formatted input output operations. So let us start with the unformatted input output operation. And the first one in the category is cin. The cin is basically is an object. Cin is an object which is used to extract values for the processing. Now, it is object that can be used with extraction operator to read the values. When we give values to the C++ program, these values are stored in input stream. Now, extraction operator is used to extract these values from the input stream and those values are stored in the variable. Now, these extraction operator is available in the class that is isstream. Istream means input stream. So cin is an object which is used with the extraction operator to read the values. It is basically used as cin, extraction operator, then variable, extraction operator, variable, and so on. Now these variable 1, variable 2, these are the variable name whose values are to be given. These are the variables. As we understand that variables are the name of the memory locations whose value can be changed during the program execution. These are basically placeholders where the values are stored. These values, these variables must be declared before this read statement. So we can use this cin object along with extraction operator, and basically it is used as cin and extraction operator and variable which is used to input value of the variable. For example, we can use cin, say these three are the variable names whose values are to be given. When the cin statement is executed, computer stops its execution. So when the statement is executed, the execution is stopped and computer waits for input and user has to provide the values of the specified variables. For example, in this cin ABC, three values are to be given. That is variable A, variable B, and variable C. Now these values must be of the same type as the variables are declared. For example, if the variables are integer, the values given must be integer. If the variables are character type, the values given should be character type. And if the variables are real numbers, floating point values, then real numbers can be given for ABC. So the values given must be of the same type as that of the variable. For example, if ABC, these are integer type variable, we can give values like 4, 5, and 7. These are numeric values. and numeric values should be separated by spaces, or it can be given by using the enter key. Now, the numeric values can be separated by either spaces, or these are separated by enter key. Means I can give value 4 space 5 space 7, or it can be given on 3 different lines, 4, then enter key can be pressed, 5, and then enter key can be pressed, and then the third value can be given. But if ABC are character type variables, then neither space nor the enter key can be used. The value cannot be separated by spaces or the enter key. This is because space and enter themselves are character type data. Now the extraction operator, it extracts the data from the input stream and assign the values to the specified memory location. Now this extraction operator, it will take the value from the input stream and will store in A, and then the value will be stored in B, and then the value will be stored in C. So this is how unformatted input operation is performed. Now we'll shift to output operation, that is cout. Now cout is again an object. So cout is an object. This is used with insertion operator to display the results. Now insertion operator means it inserts the values to the output stream from where it is shifted to the output device. Now this insertion operator is available in the class OStream. OStream is output stream. Now cout, it works with insertion operator to give the values to the output stream, and from output stream these values are displayed. It is given something like this: cout, then data item 1, data item 2, data item, and so on. Now in cout, this operator is the insertion operator, and this is the value to be printed. Now data item 1, data item 2, these are the data items whose values are to be displayed. The important thing is, in cin we use variable names. There it is mandatory to use the variable name, but in cout data item is used, which can be a variable, which can be a constant, which can be expression, string, or even it can be a function. So with cin only variables can be used, but with cout we can use variable, constant, expression, strings, or even function. We will see through the example. For example, cout A, then it is pi, then in our inverted commas it is computer, and say this is square root of 15. This basically is a variable name. Pi we are using as a constant. This one is a string. The string is basically set of characters enclosed in commas. And the last one, this is a function. So we can use a variable here, a constant, string, or even a function. A is variable, pi is a constant, computer is a string, and sqrt is a function. Now this will display the value of A. Whatever value will be stored in the memory location A will be printed. Here the value of pi. Here computer will be printed as it is. And here the value of square root of 15 will be displayed. Now the important thing is, any cout statement starts where first ends. What's the meaning of this? For example, if I say cout computer and then cout science, the result displayed on the screen will be something like this. The second cout statement will start where the first ends. So here computer ends. Immediately after that, the second output will start. If we want to print it on the separate lines, then we can use escape sequence \n or the manipulator, and the manipulator name will be endl. Endl is the manipulator that can be used to display the values on different lines. Like we can use it cout computer and then this escape sequence on science. The results will be computer will be printed on one line and science will be printed on the another line. And another can be computer, and this is manipulator endl. We can use this to display the values computer and science on two different lines. So in unformatted, what we use is cin, which is for the input, and cout for the output. Another state function can be get function. This get function, this is stored in the class iStream. This is a member function of the class, and it is used to input single character value. It is used something like this: get, and in the bracket character variable name, or get, and in bracket no variable is given. So it assigns the value to its argument. It is used something like this. This is one: cin dot get, and in bracket it is ch. Here ch is the name of the variable. This one is the name of the variable whose values is to be given. And we understand cin is an object, and this basically is a member function. Now cin object, it is using the member function to input the value of this variable ch. So here ch is the variable of character type. Now what will be the result? Whatever value we will type from the keyboard, that value will be stored in the variable ch. This is how I am using the first format, this one, that is get, and within the brackets it is name of the variable. It can be used as per the second format also, and this time it has to be used as variable name is equal to cin dot get, and no variable in the bracket or the empty bracket, that is the void value. So we can use it something like this. Here also the key pressed value will be stored in the variable. Whatever we will be pressing from with the keyboard, that value will be stored in the variable. For output for character type data, the member function is put. This is in the stream o stream, and the member function name is put, and it is used to display the character type data on the screen. It is given something like this: put, and within the bracket the character to be displayed. This character can be in the form of a single character enclosed in single inverted commas. This one I used ostrich. Now what will happen? It will display ostrich on the screen. Here I used in within the inverted commas b. Now since it is within the inverted comma, it will be displayed as it is on the screen. And even in the third example I used ASCII code, cout.put 66. His 66 is ASCII code of capital B. So capital B will be displayed on the screen. So by this time we have gone through four input output functions: cin, cout, get, and the fourth one is put. The next one is getLine. This is again unformatted input function. It is used to read line of text. Now the first one, that get, was only for a single character, and getLine is for line of text or the combination of character. It is used something like this: cin dot getLine, and within the bracket it is line comma size. This line is basically name of the string type variable, and size how many characters, maximum characters we want to read. Now reading process here will be terminated when end of the line character is encountered, or the size is completed. The very important is whichever occurs first. For example, if I give cin.getLine and line comma 40, this basically is the name of the variable where the string is to be stored, and I mentioned the size 40. Now for this function, if I give computer and press enter, that means I am giving end of the line character. Only 8 characters will be stored, that is the word computer. But if I don't press enter and keep on writing, after 40 characters, the input process will terminate automatically. So the important is the reading process is terminated when end of line character is encountered, or size is completed. The very important part is whichever occurs first. So if enter key is pressed first, then the input process is terminated, or if the size is completed, the input process is completed. While storing, enter is not stored as a part of the string. Rather, it is replaced by a null character which indicates end of the string. To print the value of string, we have a function, and the function is a write function. Now, this write function is a member function. It is used to display the line of text on the screen, and it is given something like this: cout.write string comma size. This string whose values is to be printed, and the size, that is the maximum size. Now, given number of characters will be displayed on the screen. For example, cout.write, this is the variable name and this represents the size. Here, line is the string type variable, and 40 characters of this variable will be displayed. We can use write statement concatenated like cout dot write string 1 comma size dot write string 2 comma size. Here two strings are to be printed one after the other, and it can be given something like this by using concatenated write statement. That means connected write statements one after the other. So by this time, we are through to this unformatted input output operation in the form of cin, cout, get, put, get line, and the last one is the write function. Now we shift to formatted input output operation. Now C++ support number of features that can be used to format the input or output. These are iOS class functions and flags, or these are in the form of manipulators. So we'll start first with the iOS. This iOS is input output system, class functions and flags, and then we will discuss the manipulators. The first one is, that is width. This is basically to format the output. It is used to define width of the field necessary for the output of any item. Say output dot width, and within the bracket we gave a number w. This number w is basically the field width. The output will be printed in the field width of w characters. For example, cout dot width, within the bracket it's 5. Now, what I am giving is that I want to print the output in 5 columns, or the spaces used on the screen will be 5. I give value 125. Now 125 will be printed something like this: blank space, and then 125. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is width of 5 is completed. So 2 spaces will be left before this 125, because we mentioned the width as 5. So that is why these 2 spaces will be left. So if data is numeric type, it will be printed right justified. Right justified means in the width it will be printed towards the right side, and spaces will be on the left side. And if it is character type data, then it will be printed left justified. That means the spaces will be on the right, and 125 will be before this. So the numeric data will be printed right justified, whereas characters will be printed left justified. So character data will be left justified with the spaces on the right. The very important point is width once specified will be applicable only to one output. Very important. I said width, I gave one output. If I use one more cout statement after this, the width won't be applicable on that. The width is applicable only to one output. That means cout.width 5, it will be applicable only to the output statement which is following this width function. The next function is precision. Now this precision is for the numeric data. If floating point number is printed on the screen, by default it is printed up to six digits. That means in the unformatted output statement, following the floating point number will be displayed with 6 digits after the decimal point. If the data is 17.2, the printed will be 17.20000. That means total 6 digits will be there after the decimal point. However, it can be changed with the precision function cout.precision and within the bracket d. D is the number of decimal places which we require. Cout.precision 3. That means the value of the square root of 13 will be printed only up to 3 decimal places. The very important is precision once specified will remain set until it is reset. That means if here another cout statement is given, the precision will be still 3. The value will remain as it is until the next precision is given or this value is reset. So in width, what we saw is the value of width will be adjusted only for the one output, but in precision this will be adjusted until it is reset. Now we shift to next one, that is fill. This fill is a function which is used to specify the character that is to be placed for the unused spaces. It will be clear through this example. Now cout.fill and I mentioned ostrich. Then I gave the width 5. What it means? It means the output should be printed in the width of 5 columns. And I give the value 125. Now in 5 columns it will be printed like ostrich 1 2 3. That means 2 unused columns will be filled with the ostrich. And if we did not mention this, the value printed was space 125. And when we mention this character will be filled for the unused spaces. If it will be printed left justified, these two ostriches will be basically on the right hand side. So these three functions, the first was width, the second was precision, and now it is fill. These are to format the output values. Now it can be another one, that is setf. Now this setf means basically set flags. These values are used to set the output formats. It is given something like this: cout.setf argument 1 and argument 2. These two arguments are used to set the values of the output format. Argument 1 is the formatting flag and it is defined in the class input output system IOS. It specifies the action required for the output. And argument 2 is basically bit field, and it specifies the group to which the flag belongs. So this specifies the flag and this one specifies the group to which the flag uh, belongs. The possible values of these are given in this table. If I use IOS scope resolution left, IOS means this is the class name and this one is the flag IOS, and scope resolution means this belongs to this particular class. So IOS, this flag means left justified. Now the values printed will be left justified and the unused spaces will be on the right hand side. This is to display the values on the right hand side. So we can print the values left justified or even right justified. It is used to display the value in the scientific form, and I hope we understand that in the scientific form data is represented, the numeric values, floating point values are represented with E. E represents the ostrich. This is for the fixed point notation, that is fixed. And the next one is, that is the number displayed will be with decimal base. This is with the decimal base, this one with the octal base, and this one with the hexadecimal base. Now for example, we can use cout.setf. This is the flag which is indicating that the values to be printed will be left justified, and IOS adjust is the bit field that is related to this left one. The next one, that is setf can be used. Setf can be used with a single argument also. In the previous one, we used setf with two arguments. It can be used with a single argument also. Like this argument can be show base. Show base means when the values will be printed, the base of the number system will be indicated. Show positive. Normally, positive numbers are unsigned numbers. Now, if we want to print the positive sign also, we can use this function, setf function with the ios show positive. And show point, this is basically to show trailing decimal points and zero. And upper, ios upper means it will be showing the hexadecimal letters in the upper cases. We understand that hexadecimal includes a b c d e f, that will be printed in the upper cases. Now important points, very important point, that are flags set by setf remains effective until they are reset or unset. The second is the format flag can be reset any number of times in the program. Then more than one format control can be applied jointly on the output value. And the last one is the setf sets the specified flag and leaves other flags unchanged. The next is manipulator. Now all these functions can be set even with the help of the manipulators. Manipulators are basically the functions which can be used to manipulate the output format. And these are available in the header file iopmanip.h. They provide the feature same as the member functions and flags. Like set w. This is basically to set the width, which I used width. This is equivalent function width. Now another one is set precision. Now this basically set the precision, and this is equivalent to precision. And set fill, this is basically equivalent to fill. And endl, which I already used, this is to change the line, and it is equivalent to the escape sequence, and that escape sequence is \n. So manipulator can also be used to format the outputs. Now we'll come to the questions. Yes, after going through this lecture, we must be able to answer following questions. First one is, what are input-output operations? List different formatted and unformatted input-output operations available in C++. The another can be, explain cin and cout. I hope we understand this is an object. This is again an object, and it is for input, and this is output. So input output operations in C++. Another possible question, explain functions available in C++ to set the width and precision of the numeric data. Explain the functions in C++ to set the width and precision of the numeric data. And the last, it can be, what is manipulator? Explain any three manipulator with the help of examples. Explain any three manipulators with the help of examples. I hope we can use manipulator to set the width, to set the precision, and to change the line, even to set the filling character, the character which is to be filled for the blank spaces if the width is higher than the data to be displayed. Thank you very much.